for both of you. Are you guys in favor of moving back the trade deadline?
It's a great question, and I think with the additional wild card, moving it back would put more people in a position where they can honestly assess whether they're really in or not in. On the other hand, if you move it back, and in this industry and a lot of industries, we don't seem to do anything until the deadline. So, Neil can tell you much better than I can, but it's really difficult to get good trade discussions going before the deadline because the sellers don't want to sell themselves short. They want to get the best deal they can for the player, and they don't think the best deal is going to come until the deadline, until the buyers panic and the buyers think that they perhaps can get the sellers to panic at the deadline too when they're holding on to something. So because things don't normally happen until the deadline, you move the deadline back, now players that you pick up at the trade deadline are going to have less impact on you as an organization, because instead of having them for 2 months of the regular season, you may only have them for a month. So there are a lot of considerations in that respect. I think we'd have to study it more to really give you a definitive answer.
Yeah, the only thing I'd have to add to that would be the clubs that we had the most challenging conversations with weren't affected by winning or losing. So I don't know how many more. We're at August 7th. We're actually going to take a look at it July 31st, August 7th, August 15th, because we want to be able to give some good advice to those that are going to make that decision. How many more sellers really would have been available? And I don't think that many more would have been available as of today if you move it back a week. And I'm not sure 2 weeks makes that big of a difference from a selling standpoint. And from a buying standpoint, for us it makes a huge difference. We want to get that player as quickly as we can. We are a deadline-driven society. I think it makes the willingness to give up more harder because you get less of an impact from that player.
All the way back.